Namaste, namaste, everybody. Okay, we are on Facebook Live. Haven't been on Facebook Live. We're also here at the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light with a whole bunch of powerful light workers. All righty, and we have our light workers on Zoom, and for many of you, you will see this when it comes across your feed. And at that time, not necessarily live as we are right now, but whatever time that happens, if you're called towards this, it is the divinely appointed time. That is a something that I do say, have been saying it for years, because that's what Metatron said, at the divinely appointed time. You don't have to hold on to the stress of schedules and stuff. It'll all come about. Thank you, at the divinely appointed time. Thank you. So what I'd like to talk about right now is we already know that there's, chaos in the world and stuff that's going on, and we all know that. But what I want to say that there's an uptick. There's an uptick in that. Okay. And forewarned is forearmed, right? We are light workers. Part of being a light worker is knowing that you're also a targeted. Okay. And that you are at least aware that there are things happening on many other levels, not just this physical world. So, how do you even go out into the world now? Okay. Well, first of all, I was going to say it is now so critical, okay, to follow your own guidance, intuition, follow that. Follow that. You may not understand, well, why is this happening? Why is this person acting like this? How come I'm being attacked? What's all this hostility all about? You might be just walking along, singing a song, and just minding your own business, and boom, all of a sudden you're being pulled into drama, not even of your own making. It's like, what's going on? Well, what's going on is that there is, well, yeah, they've said there is a spiritual war going on, there is something that's going on there. There's a repositioning, rebalancing, whatever you want to say, of the universe or the multiverse, but right now, let's just bring it into a little containment as to where we are here right now. Okay, clearly we are in a physical world. We can see clearly, okay, this is not utopia. There's some beautiful things around the planet, and the gorgeous, nature and all of that is just beautiful. And so that is to be honored and grateful that we can experience. But also on the flip side, we're aware that there's things that are the antithesis of that as well. And so there seems to be this sense and this goal, without going into that, of raising the frequency, definitely is raising the frequency of the planet to where we don't have to have this imbalance of duality of extremes that we're experiencing right now. Why can't we just do what? The middle path, okay, and hold the balance? Now, this is the plan, okay? There's many plans are out there, but one of the agendas is to keep the little humans in chaos. Keep the little humans in chaos, keep them busy with extreme duality, and hey, let's let them think that other humans are separate from them. What a plan. Okay, so you can just see they're going like this. That's what we'll do. We'll keep them so busy and distracted, find reasons for them to perceive that they're separate from one another, not understanding that the divine comes in such amazing diversity. There's a million different species of a rose, just a rose, much less the other kingdoms, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom, and the human kingdom. Okay, so there's all these amazing varieties, expressions of what? The one divine, the one divine. How can you contain that? But, okay, there is that manipulation of the perception is that that's different from you. And you should be in what? Fear. Why? Because that difference may come and take over you. Okay, and so all of this manipulation, which has been going on since the beginning. So here we are right now at a big jumping point, really a big jumping point. Okay, and our big jumping point is this, is that first of all, if you're listening to these words, you are awake or awakening rapidly. You're like, wait a minute, there's a way bigger story to this, and I need to get the bigger story. then you start to say, hey, we are just one little universe in a multiverse, and there's many aspects to ourselves, and there's many dimensions. It's all of this stuff. And you may say, oh my gosh, mind blown. I may not understand everything, but I can bring it down to where I sense and feel when something is positive and good. Everybody has that ability. And everybody has the same ability that says, I'm not feeling too good about this. I feel some sense of sketchiness here. Okay. Or trickery or whatever. My spirit doesn't feel balanced and comfortable. That's a real easy thing to do. You ask yourself, do I feel comfortable with this? That's a real simple one. Do I feel comfortable with this dynamic? I said, that's a guiding factor. That's real easy for us to do because you want to know that. Because if you're not feeling comfortable, then there's a reason for you not to feel comfortable, and you follow that, your own inner guidance. But also, you have to be aware that there are people in the general public out there, okay, that are not necessarily, say, at the level of awareness that we are here talking about, all of us here together, and their fears, their traumas, okay, their dynamics of just being in the world that can beat you up. This world, I can't curse, but it can beat you up severely. And so you have a lot of what? Wounded people on the planet. I mean, that's just the way it is. And that's why we're on our healing journey together. But in that woundedness, okay, in that sense of fear and confusion, okay, is where other forces can start to manipulate the situation. That is where you'll hear telepathic or otherwise, you're not worthy, you're not smart enough, look at you, everybody else is successful except you. Oh, I used to hear that all the time, right? And this, when you give into listening to what, guess what? It becomes more, it becomes louder, okay? And next thing you know, you're all encompassed and everybody, you're seeing the world through that filter of unworthiness. Okay, I'm the only one in the multiverse that's like this. So wrong. And listen to this. What is that trying to do? You're not worthy. You're not smart. Look at everybody else. They're smarter than you. You're fat. You're too skinny. Oh, good Lord. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And finding your most vulnerable part. It's like, oh, look, unworthiness here. Let's target it. Oh, I don't have a sense of body worth. Let's target that over there. This is abandonment issue. Let's do that over here. So you just got to be aware of what's going on. Okay, now you have to do whatever you need to do to switch that program and say, and that's why I love affirmations and I love visualizations. I am worthy. If you're a creator of the divine, don't you think that you were made from love and you have a sense of purpose and you're unique? Even if we are all one in this multiverse that we maybe feel like less than a little like grain of salt, we are still part of this multiverse and made in the image, which is that alone has you on top of the mountain with a shining star. That alone. Okay, the counterforce is trying for you not to know that truth as to who you are for an agenda that is not to serve you. I hope you all understand this. It's not to serve you. It's another agenda, because guess what? We're not the only ones in this multiverse. And just as you have the good and the good, the positive, you have the negative and you have the ugly on this vibration. I'm sad to say, I was shocked that it goes beyond this world. It's actually this particular universe too. They call a fallen universe. So as divine discernment is needed on this level, divine discernment is needed on every level. Now, this is the deal. You have people maybe not just as awake, and they have fallen into this lack of self-worth or whatever particular issue is going on, abandonment issues, the list goes on. And guess what happens? You have these other forces that say, oh, look, we got to end. Okay, if somebody who's abusing alcohol or they're abusing drugs or they're in a depression, they're like, oh my gosh. When that happens, you have a slew of these energies, if you want to call them energies, saying, you know what? we can manipulate this situation. And you know what? We don't like those light workers. They're trying to raise the vibration. Let's use other people to attack them. Let's use other people to attack them. All of a sudden, you're just minding your own business and you get drawn into some drama that has nothing to do with you. And somehow you are being, hostile and, all of this. Now, this is the trick. The trick is that you're going to get upset, fall into that lower vibration, and what? React. That's the trap. And on the other side, they're going high-fiving each other. Look what we did. We got him really pissed off. Look, he's going to go and get a gun. Oh my gosh. That's what's happening. You stepped in somebody's foot because there's an energy of rage that's out there and it's real. Okay. But this is the good news. You stay in your neutrality and hold the light. And if somebody's up there, they're pissed off, they're a victim, however they perceive themselves, and they are cursing you out just because you breathe and exist, okay? You have to come to that level of centeredness in the divine to say, wow, there's something really going on with that person, that they would act the way they are. Let me pray for them. Clearly, they're not happy. Clearly, not an imbalance. If you see somebody enraged and going off and have such anger, do you think they're living happy lives? You recognize what it is. Why would you get sucked into that and bring your energy down? You really, all of us, now more than ever, have to work at keeping our energy and vibration up. It's like, I'm sorry, you cannot bring my energy down. I'm not allowing it because I'm coming from the neutral observer. I don't know what the issue is, but I send you peace. I send you light. I send you love, but I'm not falling into the trap. I'm smarter than that. I know what this is. It's not Mary Jane or Joe or whatever. It's the other frequencies that's manipulating the emotional body of a human or wherever their woundedness are and so forth, okay? And pushing in that depression or lack of self-worth and all the other stuff that they do. You could tell your friend, I will pray for you, okay? Or listen, are those your thoughts? Do you really think that? Think again, contemplate whatever you need to do, but you do not react because then you just mess the whole thing in. You just pull your energy down and you contributed to the lower consciousness of the whole planet. Yeah, you are that strong. Yeah, you are that powerful. Your thoughts affect and ripple throughout the cosmos. So once we become aware of that, we just become consciously aware that we keep our energy up, know what the traps are. We're going to fall into it every now and again, but when you realize it, you're like, oops, let me get back on track. Let me get back on track. Let me get back on track. And what if we all started getting back on track, not falling into it, because that's the plan. That is the plan, is to pull the energy down. But guess what? We are ascending and we're bringing the planet with us. And we are smarter than that. And we share with other people that do the same thing, that you are a worthy creation of the divine. Don't ever forget that. And no matter how bad things are, I remember Jesus the Christ told me, remember the resurrection. I don't care how bad things are. I don't care how bad things are. We live in an age of miracles and miracles happen. And I don't care what your situation is, you can come out of it and on top. That's real. That is real. So wanted to share that with all the little craziness that's going out there. You could be saying hello to everybody and somebody goes off on you. Understand what that is. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. It's their own inner stuff that's going on. Just don't fall into the trap. So with that, I'm going to say namaste to our family of light on Facebook Live. I'm so happy to be back on Facebook Live. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on there, so we could do our little chat. Always know that you are invited to be a part of the Anchoring Light transmission that we will do. We do it through Zoom. And if you're local, we do it at the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, which is located in Sarasota, Florida. And I just want to mention that be sure to look at our Facebook page, because we have a phenomenal week this week. We have what is known as a Soul Braid Walk-In. And yes, we are now, there's a lot of good news. We're touching the quantum level of things where miracles absolutely happen, where you can reverse your age, feel better, and go into the world to be the magnificent person that you are. So that's the good news. Namaste. See you next time. Baba Sharon.